Hey everybody, I am Mika from dmcx.com, it's written everywhere, and this video is going to be a very short one. It's not about the bike size this time, it is about the, well, basically I am making sharing my thoughts on the 2020 Grand Tours as the season is finished, so no more racing for this year for the UCI World Tour. So a very quick video specific on this for the first part, and then the second part, a quick update on my project of the bike sizing, of the pro bike sizing, and about the DMCX community on YouTube, to thank you everybody. Right, so actually I'm recording this on November 12th of the year 2020, so this is to put us in the situation. Right, so the 3 Grand Tours are finished, done and dusted, won by the winners and the best of the bunch. So I am very grateful and thankful we had the racing on because of the situation of this year, right? It's like nothing was sure. Like we were all wondering if we would actually have some Grand Tours happening. So first of all, I am thankful, I am grateful, I did have a really good time, and I'm pretty much sure that if you watch this video, you will also feel grateful for the 12 cumulated weeks of racing. 12 weeks of racing, it's like almost 3 months. It's huge, it's huge. So, thank you for all the riders, the organizers, the teams, the sponsors. We had a great time, wonderful. Now, my personal 2 cents on the 3 Grand Tours. So obviously we got the race a bit mixed up. The 3 Grand Tours were delayed, and the order, like the Giro, started after the Tour de France. So that probably did play some part in how racing happened, and who won and who did not participate in which race, in each race. However, now I have a couple of very interesting points to share. Just personal observation is like, well, the 3 Grand Tours actually have been won by bikes equipped with rim brakes. Yes, so if you watch my videos, you know that I always explain the Grand Tours are won with rim brakes bikes. And this did actually confirm the theory that since ever, nobody ever won a Grand Tour with disc brakes yet. It's been very close on the Giro, that's for sure, until the penultimate, wow, I cannot pronounce it. Well, basically, the stage before the last stage, we were still wondering if it was going to be disc brake who won the Giro, so that was interesting. Anyway, so the Tour de France winner is on the rim brake. The second is also on the rim brake, so it was like 1-2 rim brakes. And the Giro, it's the same story. The winner is on the rim brakes bike, the second is on disc brake. The Vuelta, the first and the second are on rim brakes. So this does actually really confirm that if you watch racing next year, you can expect the teams racing for the to win the Grand Tours are going to be on rim brakes. Of course, it does not mean disc brake will not win, but so far it's not been done in the history of cycling. So now the second fact, which is very interesting, the 3 Grand Tours have been won by Italian bikes brand. The Tour de France won by Italian brand Colnago. Second brand won by I'm talking about the first is Tour de France. Tour de France won by the team UAE. It is Italian brand bikes racing. It is raced by the Italian brand. It's won, and actually even the first and the second are Italian brand. The Giro, yes, the Giro is also won by Italian brand. It's Pinarello from the team Ineos Grenadier. It's very interesting. And then the third race is won by another Italian brand, Bianchi, and the second is Pinarello. So it is very impressive. The like Italian brands are like able to win the Grand Tours, right? It's like obviously it is the riders and the team managers who select the brands and manage the budget of the sponsors and accept if they take this brand over another brand. So it's not like a Formula One racing where the car is more performant than another car. It's basically all down to the geometry and but at the end of the day, it is a racer who is superior, and the event during the race make it like a little bit of luck maybe happen also. However, the stats are there, right? It's like the 3 Grand Tours have been won by Italian brands on rim brakes. This is amazing, right? Like when you think about the so much power and money on the, let's say, American brands, right? It's like I can name like Trek, Cannondale, Specialized. So much money and marketing and it's very powerful. They are very powerful companies, right? At the end of the day, Specialized is a world champion, thanks to Alaphilippe. So these brakes is that's working for that day, for 1 day race. So it's very good. But however, it is very impressive. So we have to acknowledge that still Italian brands are winning the Grand Tours. This is very exciting because it's like actually nothing is expected. We have to be ready for anything happening in the racing, right? So that was the first part. So obviously now this is the end of the season. So all the teams, many teams are changing components and brands and sponsors. The riders are changing. So it gives me a lot of work because, well, obviously you work on one rider for this brand. I mean, he's fitting on one particular bike. But then when he changes, he go to another brand, different bike size maybe, and then the work go over again. So it's going to be a lot of work for me until the start of the next year season, until the 2021 season restart. And the difficulty for me to do the bike sizing is like there is no racing, so I cannot see what is happening during the winter time, like who is racing on what. So that's a lot of research to do, and then getting in touch with riders, with the team managers, director sportif, or the sponsors, or it's a lot of work. So bear with me. I still have a lot of videos coming up, and it's going to be very exciting because from now I'm going to work on the 2021 models for the rider racing on the 2001 bikes. So it's going to be a lot of work, but it's very exciting, very, very exciting time. I have already a lot of material ready to come up, so it's going to be very good. I'm sure. I hope very good. So that's pretty much it. And also, I want to thank you, all the people who did subscribe to my channel. I'm not doing the video to get subscriber. It's just like what I want to say is like when people subscribe, then I understand some people is watching and enjoying what I'm doing, so that does acknowledge my process and my work. So I really thank you very much for everybody who did watch, bear with my strong French accent, and subscribe to my channel. And more to come for sure. So thank you very much for everybody. Thank you very much everybody. And I look forward to see you on the next video.